Yeah, this is that sort of like storage area that we saw from up there. So there's not really anything down here that I'm aware of. It's just a few boxes and a few bits and pieces if you want to get some more stuff. We've got a socket, I suppose, if you wanted to live down here, but again, you just saw that. That sniper just took aim at me. Got a nice little kitchen area here. Like, again, another potentially nice little base place. There's lots of good places here. Right, so what have we got going on? Nice work. We've started installing the photon receptors in the neutrino detector. Excellent work from your fabrication team, sir. We're very impressed. We're going to need a lot more. Thanks for the feedback, and noted. In the meantime, the reservoir conditions are horrific. The receptors would work a whole lot better in clean water. Tell us if you want us to prototype a large-scale water purification system. There's complications there around ISO 142. No one's quite sure how altering the reservoir's water content would affect it. It's suboptimal, not a pun. Warped perforation. I pursued an interesting line of inquiry recently, Thomas. There appeared to be something affecting the T3 units targeting warping the signal. There was one location in particular near the monitoring room under the west end of the Hydra plant where a perforation just seemed determined to appear. Check the signal data for yourself. Intriguing, Eleanor. I looked at your results and it's like the whole system was being dragged briefly off course somehow. Don't know what that means, but I did some quick projections and the data fits with the influence of a sudden strong force vector originating about 2,000 kilometers inside the planet. Makes no sense, Thomas. I, of all people, know how unreliable T3 readings can be. Thanks for your efforts. You instructed Frake's team to install a control panel at the persistent perforation location in case it recurs. It's rather out of the way there under the dam, but should prevent people from accidentally stumbling into it. Of course, it can be reopened with a little effort if we ever need to. Lenora gave it a quick look and said it grounded somewhere in Switzerland. Would you believe that? That's the perforation we're going to be looking for. The glowworms. Hey Stephen, quick question. So the dam doing some work with I-142 this week? I noticed something. Have you seen the glowworms moving? I swear they've all moved since I was here last. You noticed anything? About the worms? No, they're worms. They glow. That's what I've noticed. Looks like they're bunched up. I'm not sure of it. Focus on I-142, Daria. They're just glowworms. Watch your head. Yeah, the worms are growing over the reservoir growth, which is weird. What's that sound coming from under the dam? Did you guys start up some new machinery I'm not aware of? We don't know. It's halfway between us, and we only hear it at random intervals. What do you mean we don't know? This could be a structural concern. Yeah, maybe. Look, I really don't want to talk about it over email. I'll come up to your office. Then Dimweed. Kath, I've been looking at this plant from the reservoir, the Dimweed. The most remarkable thing is that it seems to grow at such low light levels. I suppose we shouldn't discount the illumination from ISO 142. Interesting. It's called Murkweed because the water's so murky. I'd say it's more dim, so Dimweed. Testing suggests it's actually edible. After you, Idris. So that's just telling us that there's the seaweed at the bottom of the dam. And this is like a nice little place to set up a base because you've got the lookout over the sub bay, you've got access to reactors when we open that up. It's not the worst, and you've got a few power areas, you've got a distinct like kitchen and then like tiered areas to do other things at. And it's far enough away from that bloody alarm that you can't hear it. There's actually a fair few sockets. There's one in the kitchen. There's one here, so you might do like storage and crafting down here. Have like your life needs up here. Unless you wanted to do storage up here, because you could put some like chests inside these shelves and that could look quite cool. Alright. Scoot around here. We've got an elevator. How are our pockets looking? They are getting quite full again. Yeah, like just because we fell and buggered up the parkour doesn't mean we've really lost out. Plus, I imagine it's a fair bit easier if you either bring bridges or and kill the sniper. I forgot the sniper was there, if I'm honest. You wanted to have a base place in the red room? Personally, I wouldn't. I'm not too keen on just straight up red lighting. But yeah, we're now out the back, and we've got all these areas we can sort of poke our heads into. Moving box, you got space for any other crap, so I don't have to take it back manually. Emptied a slot. Fair enough. I'll still thank you, little man, because you are still helping me. I'm just going to try and be a little bit stealthy, because I know there's soldiers in some of these places, and I'm a little bit clueless sometimes as to where they are. That was one hell of a scream, mate. Yeah, because I'm wearing the potato, like, these guys are just dropping stuff everywhere. Bring the Spuddy if you're looking for specific drops, because it really does increase the drop rates. It's phenomenal. So we want to get in there, but I do kind of want more inventory space before we get up there. So where we're supposed to go is over that way, use some anti-thermite, and burn open the main entrance that's currently covered in goo. But we aren't going to do that. Sniper over there. He's a dick. But here's the thing. We don't have to go over there to get in there. I might do something, see if I can cut... No, I don't think there's anything else in that building that we need to get. We'll run through there later. For now, we're going in the water. Bring your X-ray lamp. Because there's a big fish in here. And he hates X-rays. Can actually get up to that tower. Check these towers as well, because I think a couple of them have got shortcuts in them. So we'd always recommend just having a route through. Double checking. Plus I guess more hydro pipes if we're desperate for them. Pretty sure they're used to repair the impact hammer, so if we are going to make that, then having a stockpile of them isn't going to go amiss. Yeah, there we go. So we can activate that valve. Crack these open. Because we might as well unlock stuff as we go. Right, where does this take us? This takes us back to the start of the dam. That sniper's being a dick. Don't you target sighting me. Yeah, these guys are resistant to a lot of damage, but the lasers are actually really good against them. So, if you can. I think it's just a dick. Can I open this? Oh, I can. It can't all be locked, come on. There might be a way up from the bottom. Again, X-ray lamp. Because there's a big fucking fish in here. And it doesn't like X-rays. So as long as you've got some charge in your lamp, you are pretty safe. That sniper's up there, so I just want to be careful. Yeah, there's our way into the tower. Sweet. Because they've all got these like little access points. Come on, let me latch. There we go. I don't know why, but the ladders feel like they've been way buggier lately. So we could head up there, we could parkour on this to get into that little secure stuff area. Actually, anything back here, or is it just a couple of crates? Nah, just a couple of crates. Still. Always worth investigating. And where is the ladder? There it is. Can activate a second valve. And let's just unlock these as well, just so they're unlocked. Where do you go? This brings us back to labs, so that's the shortcut back this way. Sweet. So, I mean, if we were wanting to, this is where I was considering living. So we've got the terrace down there, we've got the secure area of Helmholtz. That's where the doctor that was securing the terrace was. But I was thinking about living in here. I was starting to set stuff up, so I was putting some blocks and stuff down, but then I was like, hang on, wait a minute, no, we've got that new perforation. But again, like, I did want to sort of set up down here, so I'd intentionally left that door locked as well, so nothing could come that way. So, I mean, it's another really solid base location. But I am just wanting to test what's in the Cosmic Companions update. So that's the main reason we've not gone there in the end. But yeah, if you keep that door locked, everything that wants to come and attack you has to come through here. And you've got 3 automated turrets protecting you. So, unless they spawn from the Tarrasque arena, like, you should be pretty safe. And then I suppose what you could do is you could maybe put some defensive turrets up here. Yeah, there's a power outlet there, so you could maybe mount a couple up here so that they're looking down that aisle. Yeah, it's a really, really good, like, defensible spot, so if you are looking for a base place, would recommend trying that. Plus, if you're running a melee build, you've got the Tarrasque right there, so you can keep getting your Ica for, like, the big boy tinctures. You know what? My pockets are full. Let's head back to base, drop some stuff off, and then we'll come back and do that next building. What's the recording time looking like? Yeah, we should have time to do that. There's just some materials in that building that I really want to get. So what we'll do is I'll tidy stuff up at base, and I will join you again in a moment. Okay, so dropped some stuff off, made a bit of space. We are now back down at the entrance. So I've unlocked this shortcut to the docks. I just basically jump down into the water and pop myself back up here. There's a fish there. But we'll worry about that in a moment. So what we're going to do is, as long as we hook the wall, I don't think the big fish really takes an interest. Because he's got to come through some really awkward spots to come and get us if he wants to. Swimming past the sub. Again, I don't think we're going to have any issues. And the way that you kind of expected to get into this area is to have gone up that ladder, across there, and use anti-thermite to burn your way in. Which is handy if you need the shortcut, because there's a couple of things in that area that we are going to want. Right this second, though, we're going to take a different route. We can't get into that tower yet. We need to go and do this section first, so we have to balance it out that way. Right, we're safe, we're up. I think there's a blue anti-light here, so if you missed the one in security, take that home, scrap it, get some seeds. Lovely. Cacophonous crate, so if you've got a porcelain key, that's lovely. Anything in the trash? Ooh, actually there is. And we'll happily take some free soil, because when you're playing solo, like, your soil rations are reduced because, for want of a better way of putting it, you've got one character pooping. Now this route is a little bit dangerous. because we are going to pop out in a bit of a awkward spot, to be honest. But you can hear there's a lot more like Exor type enemies. You can hear the carbuncles, and I can hear things growling, I can hear things tromping around. More soil, I will gladly take that because I am desperate at the minute. Because if we can get 2 large crop plots, that's usually more than enough to see you through with anything you need. Because that gives you one for your like general crops and one for there we are, transformer and some bushings. Lovely. Long jump pack. Oh yeah, that is a brilliant pack. We might just switch over to that. Right, cement actually really not worth worrying about because I don't like those squelchy noises. Yeah, we've unlocked the door from this side and we're now in the main chamber. Those are the boys I'm a little bit worried about. Those evolved Exors, I don't know if they're evolved or like armoured or what they are, but they're not our friends, I'll tell you that much. I can tell you that for free. Yeah, Impact Hammer. I really enjoy the Impact Hammer. This room is horrid. But as long as we stay in the pipe, we should be more or less okay. Which is a better way to lure things over. Can I just make... what are they called? Boom bait. No. Because I really don't fancy going in this room. Let's bring our slushy grenades down. Because you just don't want to blow yourself up at short range. But you can see there's carbuncles and peccaries, and there's a few other boys in here, so I'm gonna... Right, he's frozen. Oh, God. Yeah, they throw these like little rad grenades. Come on, come on, come on. Reload, reload, reload. Right, big boy's down. And the sow's down. Okay, so this is just a shock pest. We can deal with that. I just love the sounds the Impact Hammer makes as well. Like the hydraulic pumps and stuff. Oh, so that was a little bit more leery than I was hoping for, but it could have gone far worse. Right, these chaps. That's what I want. I want his arm, and I want his quills. Because we can use that to make a very fun weapon. I think we need to get a bot CPU. Oh, and a free security vest, so that is something that we wouldn't normally be able to get, so that's always nice to see. And up here, because we've taken this route, we can get the Void Pack recipe. Unbelievable. What do I need for the Void Pack? Because I've never actually made one. I assume it's hyperdense neural chip, that... Go with the bushing and I guess the laser prism, it must need that. Don't have that recipe, don't have that recipe. Carbon plating, well, we can get that. Huge storage capacity. Well, you know, we love a huge storage capacity. Is there anything interesting other than this stuff in here? Not really. Do need to head back to base and see if we can get the moving box unloaded as well. So we should stealth. Right. We can't turn this on yet, then. I thought we could get through to the computer that's in there, but we can't. So, I mean, at least we know that. Loads of barrels here as well, so if you're looking to do, like, big water collection and things, it's a really good spot. Up the lift. It shouldn't see me. Up the ladder. More soil. Yas. I'll just stick with the night vision for a second just so I know that what I'm looking at. And then we want to come out and talk to this chap. Dr. Hoff.
If you want to reach the portal in the neutrino detector, you've got a rather long swim ahead of you. I wouldn't try it without equipment, and the subs out of action.
That's how we get the diving suit.
In the water, I think. Could be to do with IS-042, or something else entirely. Right now, it's impossible to tell.
Big fish.
If you want to reach the portal in the neutrino detector, you've got a rather long swim.
Yeah, so he's not got a huge amount of dialogue for us,
equipment,
but he just tells us where we need to be going next, which is nice.
Dr. Derek Mance reporting. I cannot say whether the reservoir is one of our great successes or an abject failure. When we brought back 0142 from Antiverse 13, we knew it was some kind of living machine. A biological engine. It was Wakeman who dropped a fragment into the reservoir. Accidentally, he claimed. The development of the organism since then has been nothing less than extraordinary. The logic by which this organism builds itself is almost impossible to discern.
That's right, it's a supercomputer.
Facets forming what Simmons called a citadel. We have reason to believe it performs some kind of processing function. But I would be the first to admit its operation is currently beyond our understanding.
Yeah, so, there's just some supercomputer processors in the lake, is basically what they're saying there. Because we've got a blunt weapon, we can do power attacks. Oh, yes. And if we can strike a sneak power attack in his noggin. I don't know how I missed that. Yeah, these are armored Exors, so they take so much damage. But they have those arms, which are fantastic. I don't think you can do much with them, but I don't know, we'll try distilling it, see what happens. Floppy hat, not that we need it. Couple of, like, anime photos, I guess. X-Ray Plus, did you notice that 0023 hit at the end of the Darkwater Cave when we're testing those new ultra systems? Either it hates high-energy EM energy, or slightly mug spooked it. So it's basically, the big fish is scared of X-rays. Catherine Idris, where did you say you collected that merkweed? Excuse me, it's dimweed. Taking it with Catherine, she says she calls it merkweed, and you know, she's our lead botanist, so it's dimly lit, you can barely see it in the water. It's dim, it's a weed, it's dimweed. As far as I'm concerned, you're both dimweeds. Eleanor, I've been reading through your reports on your T3 experiments. I know you hate the phrase dark cleanse, but everyone else seems to call it that now. Firstly, I take my hat off to you, it's an incredible piece of work. You've managed to create a reliable targeting system for perforation portals. It's beyond anything we expected, but I'm also concerned. It seems to me there are insufficient failsafes around it. I'm not even sure how you turn it off, frankly. Are we moving a bit too fast? I feel that the risks are both minor and manageable. It's not designed to be turned off. I did some rough calculations. It would only take minor perturbations to throw the system into disarray. We could end up with portals popping up everywhere. If we didn't think the system was secure, we wouldn't be using it. So that's basically, people are aware that the portals are risky, and they're still just using them. I don't know where this perforation platform is. Because they said the west side, but honestly, I'm underground. How the hell am I supposed to tell what's west? Yeah, these are also nice little base rooms if you wanted to use this hallway. because you can do some stuff down here. You can set these rooms up for whatever uses you want.
There is an even more intriguing possibility pertaining to the Exo. There are indications they are not native to that realm, but introduced, raising the dubious question, introduced by who? And of course followed by the inevitable why.
Yes, that's a nice little suggestion that the Exor aren't meant to be in Antiverse 2. They were put there, which is kind of cool. Right, let's see if I can actually bop this guy on the noggin without messing this up horrendously. Where did he go? There. Come on. God, they do that roar and it summons their allies, which is really annoying. Can you not? That's it, get face lasered. Good boy. Was that you? I'll tell you what that was. It was bloody cheeky is what it was. Ah, no stamina. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh god, grenade. I missed. Come on, come on, come on. I clipped him. No, no ammo. Lasers, 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 lasers. That's right. Yeah, not even close, baby. I didn't panic for a second. I'm a big brave boy. Yeah, no, that was awful. So I wish you could take these big water tanks. Or, like, make them. Yeah, so we need the tier 5 keypad before we can get in there and activate that. That's the door we're supposed to come through, but if we'd gone through there, we wouldn't have been able to get through that door. So we would have had to find an alternative way around. So I do appreciate the fact that they've added, like, different routes for us to take. Let's get ourselves back up top. I don't think there's really much else for us to do at this stage, so what we will do is, I think the correct move here is for me to probably head back to base. I do want to see if I can get a CPU though. Ooh. We'll do that. We'll see if we can get a CPU first, because then I can make a really, really fun gun. Then we will wrap things up, because then next time we can just head to... Well, we can make our diving suit and head through to the next zone. Don't need 3 pieces of wood. That's stupid.
I believe I need to,
Yes, we'll poop in a moment. But these security bots are assholes. For that reason, they throw grenades at you. And they set everything on fire. Why am I on fire? Oh god. Right, freeze him! Lasers! But he's just fired a missile, so I need to get the fuck away from there. Excuse you, sir. That is not on. Teleporting out of that area. I'll set another robot. I've got some space though. Let's reinforce CPU. These guys also drop rebar, so if you are looking for like rebar in a more renewable source at this point in the game, these guys are a great source of it. Also actual grenades and some other kit, so I'll take that frag grenade. Don't need to harvest that XOR though. And we can actually come back this way. I think there's a door we can open. If the XOR's already like popped out and teleported through to be a dick, oh, might as well do it. Yes. Oh, someone roared, someone's fighting. I assume there's an XOR fighting that bot that was patrolling. Don't need that glass. Let's grab the pipes. Yeah, there's not really anything else over this side. We need a hacker to open that. We need a hacker to open that. That's where we want to be once we've got some more tools as well. But there is some stuff we can do over here as well once we've got the diving suit, which is neat. Can I not get back out that way? Can I get out this way? Maybe not. That's ever so slightly awkward. Not got anything I can just like place down ever so I can like scooch through. No, we can just make the jump. Sweet. Right, did you fight something else, or was that all just like roaring and screaming and screen shaking for no real reason? That's a crate. Someone did do some exploding. He's entirely undamaged, so I'm not going to faff with him. Nothing down that ledge. What would be the west side of the dam? I'm still uncertain. And there's another security bot in here. Again, don't really fancy bothering him. And nothing up here but some radiation. Yummy. Oh, anyway, we can sort of like parkour our way over to either from this side. Oh god! And with that, I think we'll wrap up here. I'm going to go and get my stuff. I'm going to back up a little bit, gather some more resources. And we'll be back next time to tackle the main reservoir. Thank you all. If you have made it this far, please feel free to drop a like and a subscribe if they feel like there's anything that, I've missed or that you'd like to see. please let me know. But until next time, I'll see you later. Bye!